I'm Banks,
I'm Josh.
and we are Odd Places going.
Viral. I had something I want to talk about, but you just brought up a very interesting word, gnocchi. Gnocci, gnocchi.
I
What,
like
yeah,
I like I like the G. I'll go.
you like the
I'm gonna go
G?
with the G. I'm gonna go Gnocchi.
Okay, so you're just going to be the typical American and butcher every foreign word that exists.
Why do we
Great
have the
point.
G? Why do we have the G
Well,
there?
I don't know. Did you say feiget instead of fight? I mean, the G's there too, and you don't pronounce that one.
I say knife instead of knife.
Do you say knife? I like that.
Yeah, yeah. I know. I don't. I don't say knife. I just made some gnocchi. That's tough to
Gnocchi.
say. It's like
Why?
nookie. It's like nookie, but gnocchi. Because
Just
there's a
it
G.
just yeah.
It's
It,
it's
it's
like
it's like something that's not locked. Gnocchi. There's no key whatsoever.
I
Gnocchi.
know, like gnome. A gnome starts with a G.
There
Gnome.
you go.
Got it. I got it.
Yes.
Gnocchi. I got it. I got it now. Gnocchi. It's right there on my.
Gnocchi. Good. I'm so proud of you. Is this your first time making gnocchi, or you do this often?
I'm going to call it gnocchi. Let's just call it gnocchi.
Gnocchi.
I
Is
make
this your
no,
first time having gnocchi, or
no,
do
no.
you have gnocchi all the time?
I've done it like maybe 3 or 4 times.
It's it's good, isn't it?
Oh, it's not bad. It's so heavy. It's just like
Yep.
it's like lead, and I can have like they're like that big, but I have like 3 or 4 of them,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, oh my god, that's heavy.
Three or four. How big are they?
But they're like this big. They're like yeah.
Yeah, they're not that big. How do you have only three or four? That's like,
Well, maybe 5. If I get more than 5, if I get 7, I think is my number because I have 7 almonds. When I eat almonds, we talked about. Hey, I'm not like you. I'm not a boot camp aficionado sergeant, whatever you are.
you know what would happen if I had five gnocchi and then seven almonds? I would be hungrier than when I first started eating. It would make me hungrier. That's the problem with eating that little bit of food. I'd rather have no food and not be hungry.
Is this the same thing as like Chinese food? You eat Chinese food and like 10 minutes later you're still hungry.
I don't eat Chinese food.
Oh, you don't eat Chinese food. All right.
That's against my religion. That and Indian food, both.
Really? You don't eat Chinese?
Absolutely. No,
Why?
I don't drink bleach either. I don't do stuff that will literally destroy me from the inside. That stuff is toxic. Oh, no, sir. No, sir.
Okay, so what? Let's go with Indian food. I'm a big proponent of Indian food. What's wrong with Indian food? High oil content?
Yes, that exactly. The grease, it makes me like I don't know what happens. I end up in the bathroom for hours. I don't touch that stuff. It's not the spice. I like spice. It's the grease that gets
Okay.
me.
Okay, so what if you went to like an Indian restaurant that did not have lots of grease? They had
I'd
less
be I'd
grease.
be very interested in trying that. I haven't found one yet though.
All right, all right,
So,
all right. I got a place that I go to. It's vegan. It's
are you?
it's
Oh,
vegetarian. But they don't do the hot dog that looks like a hot dog kind of stuff. They don't do they do vegetables like real
okay.
vegetables.
All
So
right. There's no
all
meat
right.
there then.
No, none at all. So Chinese food is the same way. You don't like the grease? Is it the MSG, the grease, the salt, the what?
Part's the grease and the MSG. Yeah, yeah. It's probably part of that as well.
Eh, Okay, so you have eaten foods. If you look at Chinese food and how much salt is in it, you've eaten food similar to that. So is it just the salt, or is it the combination of, or is it
I
the?
think it's a combination. I think it's just so greasy. I think grease is my thing. I think that's the stuff I have to avoid. I can't have too much grease.
All right. So do you eat fried foods?
No, I don't eat fried foods.
I know
I
you
do have
like meat.
pizza. I do like
Okay.
pizza, but if it gets too greasy, I have to take a napkin and I have to dab it, which is
Oh yeah.
probably antithetical to pizza, but I have to do that.
Italians. Dean Martin is turning over in his grave. I don't even know if Dean Martin is Italian. Is turning over
I
in his
don't know.
grave every time you pat the pizza with. Yeah, I know. All right. So that is the cheese has a high oil content in it, right? So what about cheeses
Yeah.
that do not have a high oil
Wonderful.
content? Okay,
I love them. Yeah.
All right. So what about a Chinese restaurant that does not put an MSG and not put salt in there? Are you okay? I mean, can you cook in the wok? Is it the wok?
No, the wok is fine. But if you don't add salt and oil and MSG, it's not Chinese food. Then it's just noodles and vegetables. And I love noodles and vegetables. That's great.
Okay. So it's the MSG, the salt, and the oil. Now, if you don't put that in. All right. Have you ever been to a Chinese restaurant and said, "Hey, could you not put salt, oil, or MSG in my food?"
I don't want to blow their minds. I don't know what would happen if I even tried that.
Have you heard about the like in Chinatown in New York? You walk in as an Asian person. I think that's the right way of saying it. As an Asian person, and you say, "I'd like to see the Asian diet, the Asian menu."
Menu? Yes, yes.
They have menus just for Asian people. So I mean, what has happened is this Chinese food, Americanized Chinese food, is being catered to us because Americans will buy the MSG, the salt, the oils. However, I think it's less than that. If you go into a Chinese, if you want to go into a Chinese restaurant and say, "Hey, listen, may I have the Asian menu? May I have not so much oil, fat, and MSG?"
Okay, two issues with that. One, the Asian menu is going to be in Mandarin, and I can't read it. Two, I've been to Beijing, and I've had like actual Chinese food in Beijing.
Uh-huh.
It's no better, in my opinion. It's
Oh,
not
okay.
much better.
All right. Well, hold on a minute. Did you ask for the Asian menu?
I know I had to ask for the English menu probably because I don't know. No, but so this is crazy. When I went to Beijing and I got a chicken bowl, right? So it had noodles and they put chicken on it. I'm thinking like chicken like you get here in America, right? Little shredded chicken or pieces. No, it was like the actual bird. I had beak and I had a foot in there and all the bones. They didn't take the bones out. It wasn't bone. So they chopped the chicken up and I got like shoulders and I got little pieces and shreds of bone. It was definitely an experience. Let me tell you.
Wow. So, did you end up eating bone at that time? I mean,
No, I didn't eat it. No.
Josh, maybe this is the reason why you don't like Chinese food. Maybe because you're gonna dig into Chinese food.
Maybe bad experience. That could be.
Get a bone there. I lived some time in Tokyo and Osaka, Japan, and Japanese food is similar to Chinese food. I mean, a lot of noodles, a lot of rice dishes.
Yeah,
tempura,
but you had sushi.
Yeah.
Yes,
you like
sushi. I
sushi?
love sushi. Oh my God.
Really?
I can live on sushi. I would just live on. You get unadulterated raw fish on top of a thing of rice. Oh, I would live on that if I didn't have to pay for it. That's all I would ever eat. That and eggs. I would probably still eat eggs, but
you know what we're getting at? Processed. You don't like processed foods.
No. Correct.
That chicken that was inside your Chinese chicken bowl
with the claw, the claw and the beak. I had a beak and I had a claw from the chicken in my bowl.
was not processed. I mean, it was cooked probably, or boiled or whatever they do to it.
Yeah.
Here's the thing with me in Japan. I found that after about a month, everything smelled like seafood. Everything smelled like fish. I would eat cake and it'd be like, ooh.
Is this salmon cake?
Yeah, really. No, I would like. It was a sweet cake. It was like something sweet, and I would just like. It was maybe it was on my skin or something. It was just.
I bet it was in the air. I bet it was just in the air in general. Like fish is always in the air in Japan, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was. And this brings me to a point, and we're kind of getting all over the place, and that is the fisheries, the oceans that were just mining for fish. I was asked to go see this movie, Seaspiracy.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's
so the conspiracy of the sea. Yeah,
something like that. But it was kind of like the Cove that they did for dolphins. This was about the sea and what we're doing to the sea. We're just mining it for fish to the point where there's no fish. And I didn't see the cove. I didn't want to see the Seaspiracy, just because I didn't want to feel bad. I kind of know it's out there. I think it's worse than doom scrolling. You can scroll and doom scroll, and you can put that away. And maybe that's 5-7 minutes. You sit down for a 2.5 hour movie, and you get into the ocean, and you find out what's going on,
and pretty soon you start watching too many of those movies. You end up eating nothing because they did it for hamburgers and McDonald's and fast food and the pink slime, and now there's Seaspiracy, and then there's Cornspiracy, and pretty soon you're Pizzaspiracy, and you're not eating anything. So at some point you got to say enough is enough.
Right. Or grow your own food, like what I do. I'm Banks.
Yeah, I'm Josh.
And we are Odd Places, going
viral.
Yeah.